Good afternoon and welcome back to Steve's Project Car Garage. My name is Steve and this is my garage. So I'm filming this a little bit out of order today, so bear with me for the continuity issues. But this morning I decided I was going to come on out and do a live stream. This was just kind of very impromptu. So I live streamed for about an hour and a half as I was working on the heel board section again. And this time I went ahead and actually threw some paint down with the MasterSeries paint that I've been talking about previously. So I'm going to download this video and edit it and then upload it. And yeah, it'll be interesting. So stick around, it'll be good. And we will talk to you in just a moment. So I had to cut a little seam out because this stuck out a little too far. So now I'm just piecing it back together and I got a nice little bead going in there to start. Yeah, it ain't pretty, but it's functional. Alright, so a little more test. That fits. Nice. Alright. So previously I had painted this all with like a weld-through primer, and this kind of gave me just the ability to be able to see where all the holes were in this Crossmember down here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to paint it with a paint called MasterSeries, which is primarily used by Volkswagen folks, but really metals, doesn't really matter what kind of car you're using it on. But this stuff is actually used on bridges and overpasses, things like that. And I messaged the guy that makes this. He's actually a local chap, and he has told me that he said I should use probably like 120 grit sandpaper on this just to give it a good rough key. And I've already done that, but I'm going to do it again. And then what I'd like to do is go ahead and get the MasterSeries applied. I'm going to do it in a matter of 3 coats, and hopefully by the end of the day this will be almost ready to be sealed up. Now that I got good alignment and fitment on the heel board, we'll be ready to start putting this section up. So I'm going to get some sandpaper and then start cleaning this up a little bit and take you along. So here's what we're working with. You can kind of get a good view inside there. Trying. Oh, there we go. So this is what we're working with here. And then I got these little holes. I don't know if you can see that. Right in there. And that one right there. So again, they're not big, but they're big enough to where I wanted to try to get them out. So Yeah. What do you guys say? Should I just go ahead and weld them up? I think I may as well, right? Got the welder out, close them up for good, and not have to worry about it again. Just welded in this little hole that someone drilled, and then there's one over here. And it's all kind of ugly, but you know what? Again, this is going to be all sealed up. So as long as it's strong, that's all that matters to me. So I'm going to go ahead and vacuum this again. Try to flatten that down just a little bit, and then we're going to get the MasterSeries out. I think we're going to give it this first shot. So let's crack on. So this is the MasterSeries paint. Again, it's used by folks that do like Volkswagen restoration. MasterSeries Master Coat. Superior auto and marine protection. So again, the guy told me that I should use 3 coats of this, and honestly, with 3 coats of this, I won't need anything else. So, it says to serve thoroughly. Now, I've been told that I should not actually open this can because it starts to cure immediately with the moisture in there. So, I'm going to give it a good shake. And then I'm going to use a self-tapping screw. And I'm just going to pour a little bit right into this cup. Thank you to my friend Chris. Okay. And again, I got some chip brushes, like I was saying. These are just cheap 99-cent chip brushes from Home Depot. So what we're going to do is we're going to use self-tapping screw. We're going to put a hole in this, and then we're just going to leave this screw in there for when we're done. I'll pour just a little bit into the cup. Give it a shot. So I've had this stuff for about a year. I bought it a while ago with the intention of getting to this stage a lot sooner than I have. And here we are, a year later. Seal that up. Alright, so now we've got these chip brushes. Again, these chip brushes are like super cheap and don't expect them to last long. But you can see this paint is silver. So we're going to go ahead and lower you guys on in, and then we'll start throwing some paint on. Alright. Let's do this. I'm really kind of excited about this. This is a bit of a major milestone for both me and the car. So welcome back to real time. So this is the Crossmember with coat number 2. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I can really get up in there nicely with those chip brushes. And you can see it really does do a good job at filling holes and voids. I also took some of the extra paint that I had from my cup and I just threw it down here and along all my weld seams just to kind of fill holes, any pinholes that might be left behind. I don't know, I don't see any harm in it. Supposedly you can pretty much use any kind of paint over this stuff. So, I don't know, we'll see. Worst case scenario, if I have to, I'll sand it off, but I think it's actually going to do pretty good. So we're going to check back in about 3 hours because you have to let this stuff dry for 3 hours minimum between coats. As you can see, here is the can that I'm using. The Master Coat Permanent Rust Sealer. But so far I'm really happy with it. I mean, this stuff's super thick, very globby, and man, it gets in there, and so far it does a good job, and it hardens like a rock, which is great. So that's exactly what we need. So we will check back in about 3 hours. Figured I would throw this up here too, simply while I've got the paper out. And this is the information on the MasterSeries coating. Permanent Rust Sealer Silver, the ultimate in rust prevention. This stuff is really good. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this, and I'll put it up for you to check out. And also, here's the information. I really recommend it. This stuff has been fantastic so far, and from the folks that I've talked to who have used it in the past, they've really liked it. So anyways, just figured I'd share that with you. All right, well, there we go with coat number 3. So it's been a while since I started this section, but man, look at it. It's really coming along. I like it. This is, again, the 3rd and final coat that I'll be doing. So, but so far, it looks really good. We'll see tomorrow how everything is when it cures up. So for tonight, I'm going to wrap it here, but we'll do a video in the morning just to kind of show where it all finished up. Okay. Welcome back. So, it's the next day now, and we're taking a look here at the finished product, and I'm pretty happy. I would say that overall, considering that I've never done any of this before, it's pretty decent. Again, I didn't really clean up the welds and flatten them all out, but there's no need because this is all going to be hidden anyway, so who really cares? When you look at it from the other side, though, it will be all flattened out and cleaned up, so it'll definitely be better there. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about any rust in here anytime soon. And this is after 3 layers of the paint. And you can see brush strokes on it, and you can see a couple of the hairs that fell out of the chip brush, but again, I don't really care. That looks pretty dang good, and it's a thick coat of paint. There's no question about it. I mean, you can see down in here, there's a couple of cavities that it just kind of fell into and filled, and I mean, that's solid. So, I'm really happy with this product. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in. That's going to be the wrap of this video. I'm really happy with that MasterSeries paint. That stuff really comes out quite well. I have another quart of it here, plus whatever's left in that other one. I think probably, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of a quart. So I'm going to certainly find some other uses for it on the car, because that stuff's not cheap. I want to say it was probably around $40 per quart, so plus shipping, of course. So it wasn't a cheap bill. I think that I'm going to end up using it on the bulkhead as well, because on the bulkhead you have where your brake cylinder and your brake master cylinder rather and your clutch master cylinder live. And those are notorious for leaking. A lot of folks actually fit little like drip trays and stuff there, which I'll probably end up doing. But the damage that's there from the previous 50 years of use is pretty evident, and there's a lot of pitting that's going on there. So I'll have a lot of work to do anyways there to kind of fill some holes and put in some patches, because there's an area that's covered with fiberglass and Bondo that I don't know about what lies beneath. So I'll probably end up putting in some, new patches there. But then MasterSeries to seal it all up before I go ahead and throw paint on it. I think what I'm going to do though is put some MasterSeries in a couple of test spots of some spare metal just to kind of see how it does with actual paint a little bit later on. But from what I understand, it can be used with any pretty much paint afterwards. So my buddy Chris actually used MasterSeries like crazy on his bus, and he's had some great results with his 2K paint that he's been using. So anyways, that's it for me. That's all for today. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope that y'all have a great day. Cheers.